What's up, guys? Black Boy here, and today we are going to talk about my main amp. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so today we are talking about my main amp, which is right here on the bottom. This is a Mark Bass Multiamp, and unfortunately this item is discontinued. Mark Bass no longer makes it. It's sad, but hey, I have it. It's my main amp that I use for gigging when I play shows. Especially back when I was on a semi-touring band. So, let's dive into this. What is this? Do I like it? Would I recommend getting this if you could find one? And what are the pros and cons about this? So, before we go any further, let's head over to the computer. Alright guys, so as you can see right here, I have the website Mark Bass, which is just markbass.it. I have no idea what the IT stands for. Anyways, as you can see here, I got the Mark Bass Multiamp. This is my head. This is my main head that I use for showing and gigging. So, as you can see right here, it says product discontinued. We'll talk about that later. Alright, so right here, the description says, the Bass Multiamp S can be used for stereo applications with 500 watts at 4 ohms of power for each channel, which breaks down to 2 channels of 300 watts at 8 ohms with bi-amp options, or in bridge mode with an impedance power of 1000 watts at 8 ohms. A massive amount of warm power that will allow any bass player in any a massive amount of warm power that will allow any bass player in any band to hold their own, no matter how big the stage or how loud the band. That I can say for a surety that is true from experience. Yes. As for the mono version, bassists will have at their disposal an incredible wide range of virtual bass amps, both modern and vintage, speaker cabs and microphones, studio and stomp box effects, and powerful amps in a particularly rack mountable unit. So right there, this is kind of Mark Bass's, shall I say, like modeler back when things were just getting off. You know, this pretty much, this amp is all of their amps at the time when this was made combined into one, and you can go through each and every single one of them and see how they work and how they sound. So yeah, let's just really quickly, we have one mono jack input. For outputs, we have 2 jack monos, a left and a right, and 2 XLRs, male, left and right. We have a speaker out and a headphone out. For channels, there's a solid state, a tube, and a vintage. Controls, very simple. Gain, phone levels, and master. The EQ is a 4-band EQ. We have a low, a mid-low, a mid-high, and a high. The power amps section, as stated before, we have a stereo mode, which is 2 times 500 watts at 4 ohms, broken down to 2 times 300 watts at 8 ohms, and a bridge mode, 1000 watts at 8 ohms. There is a MIDI connection in and through. And other features, there's a there's a 105 live mono factor preset, a 105 PA factory preset, a 105 live stereo factor preset, a virtual amp, speaker, cabs, and microphones, mute/tuner, effects, external memory SD card. The dimensions is a 2U rack unit. The depth is 12.76 inches or 324 millimeters. It weighs just under 10 pounds at 9.48 pounds or 4.3 kgs. So that's enough with the computer stuff. Let's head back to the actual unit. Alright guys, so once again, this is the unit. This is actually what it is. This is my tuner. And then of course, you know, got my power strip, but then my unit right here. Power button is right here. And here are all the knobs. Like I said, we got gain, low, mid-high, high, and master. This is your phone right here. And all of these controllers or knobs are actually stepped. So when rolling them, you can actually feel the step. Now, one of the cool things about this is when we turn this on first, and you can see the Mark Bass emblem light up, boom, boom, or the brand, the LCD screen light up. All right, now, as you can see on the gain, there's a red light at the top. So as I go, there's one step, there's 2, 3, and as you can see, the light rotates around. So it tells you where each level is. And that's really cool. I like the fact that it's stepped. I like the fact that it shows you where it is. The LCD screen is amazing. It's very clear, very precise, easy to navigate with. All you do is you use these buttons here, and you can navigate through the whole entire system. Now, like I said, it has a mute/tuner button, which is this one right here. You push it, boom, and it switches to the tuner screen. So it's very easy to see, very easy to use. Then above the EQ, we have the solid, vintage, and what is it? Solid state, vintage, and tube section. This is where you select what type of amp you want. So you just click one of those buttons, boop, and it goes into that. It goes into all of those, and you can either or I think you just have to, yeah, you can just use this, or can you use one of these? Yeah, I didn't think so. So it's only just these. You go and you select which one, boom, and there you go. Now it's on that particular amp that you selected. Once again, it's very simple, very easy to use. Now, the SD card slides right here. And on this whole entire side of the unit, you have your headphone input jack, your off-on switch, the SD card, and then you have your slot selector, your slot on and off, the exit, the controllers to navigate, store, and tap feature. This unit is really amazing. All right, now on the back panel, starting from the top, we have the speaker out section, which has your one speaker out and your 2 mono jacks out. Right below that, you have your 2 XLRs out. Your left, which has the mono feature, and your right. To the left of the input jacks for the XLRs, you have a gain lift. So it's a nice little push button. To the right of that, you have I guess a plus 4 dB to minus 10 dB, and your unbalanced line outs, left and right. You have your MIDI connection right to that, plus your loop effect, sends and returns, and your nifty-difty USB cable. This unit, very simple, very amazing. But even though it's simple, easy to navigate, how does it sound? So for today, I'm going to be running this through the speaker out cable to my Mark Bass 210. Just because, why not keep it all in the family and just have it Mark Bass? So this is what it sounds like. I'll use one solid state, one tube, and one vintage head, just so you guys can see and hear the difference. Alright guys, so that was the sounds that this amazing head can come up with. Let me know if you like them, because sound is all up to you guys. Whether or not I think it sounds good, it might be different to you. So, let me know what you guys think. Now, the main question is this something that I would recommend that you would get? Well, I'm kind of biased because I have this and I've had it for years and I've played with it and I love it. I think it's amazing. That being said, this product is discontinued, as I stated before, which means you can no longer get it new from the manufacturer. But that should not in any way, shape, or form lead you to be discouraged. Why? Because you can probably find these things on Reverb, eBay, Craigslist, and the resale market is amazingly cheap sometimes, depending on what it is. I would say if you could find this in good condition, at a good price, probably under $500, I would recommend jumping on it. One, you got loads of different types of amps. Two, you have loads of power. And three, you have so many options and ways you can use this. Now, unfortunately, in a recording environment or recording setting, like here in my home studio, this unit unfortunately does not have a DI out. So you cannot plug this directly into your interface or into anything like that, unfortunately. But like I said, this was made before DIs on amps were really a big thing. I mean, there were DIs on amps, but it wasn't like a mainstay like they are today. At the end of the day, this is a good workhorse. Like I said, I've taken this on mini tours, and when I say mini tours, I mean like weekend warriors. You know, run around the state of California for the weekend, or maybe 3 days, and come on back home. It's a good workhorse. It takes a beating, and it keeps on going. Just like the little engine that could. It's like Rocky Balboa. It won't give up. Guys, that's all the time we have for today. I hope this video helped you out. I hope if you're able to find one of these, you at least give it a shot. Or at least check out Mark Bass. I will throw a link to their website down in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, I'm Black Boy, and remember, keep practicing. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, jot them down in the comment section below. I'll throw up some more videos that I think you guys might like. One that's my last video, and just another video. Also, feel free to subscribe. I do put out new content every other Tuesday, or at least I try to in these crazy times. Also, go ahead and like this video. That helps me out. And, go ahead, share this video if you think it might help someone else out. Once again, guys, thanks for all you do. I'm Black Boy in the band, and just remember, keep practicing.